Is it a good time to be a buyer in the Denver real estate market? Is it a good time to be a seller in the Denver real estate market? Only our data will tell. Today, we're covering three different areas, Highlands Ranch, Parker, and Greenwood Village, to show you what's happening in our super hyper local market here in the Denver area. No two cities are the same. What's happening in Castle Rock is not necessarily happening in Denver, and vice versa. So today we're going deep on these three levels, but be sure to like, comment, or subscribe. I can get you this data for your own specific area of interest, or whether you're a buyer or a seller, to help you navigate and to help you prepare for when is the best time to either put your house on the market or to buy a house that's on the market. Today, we're going to be looking at market stats for a few different areas in the Denver metro area. This is all based on statistical information so that we can actually see what's happening in the market and not just go off of gut feel. So today we're looking at, first, this is Highlands Ranch. And what you'll see is that the market action index is actually still showing a seller's market. In fact, if you look closely at this level of detail, this gray bar showing for last month shows that last month it was less of a seller's market, and this month it's increasing. So that is a little bit of an anomaly compared to the rest of the areas across the Denver metro market. So that's a good sign. Here on the right, you'll see the market profile information, and our median price has gone up a little bit as it just raised just a tiny bit at a spike. Let's see back here in September, but it's still climbing a little bit. For price decrease, this is a number that we like to watch here. Right now it's showing at 57%. That means that 57% of the active listings that are on the market have had a price reduction. Now, a normal average is 30 to 35%. So this is definitely showing that we've got some inventory that's aging and that sellers are reducing their price, trying to find the right buyer. 0% price increased, which is an interesting number. Relisted, we've got 0% for Highlands Ranch, and inventory at 44, which is coming down a little bit. That seems to be the trend here. As we go through the additional median list price, you'll see that there's two numbers here that are being graphed. There's a 7-day average and a 90-day average. So if we look just at the 90-day average, this goes back over 3 years. This is our price point right now, and you'll see that we've been coming down for a list price for September 2022. Our high point was in May of 2022. And you can see that that's sort of a seasonal climb, a seasonal dip and a seasonal rise, which is normal for our Denver metro area. Right here, you'll see that typically in October we have a dip, and it looks like we are on track for that as well. So let's take a look at Greenwood Village and see what's different there. Again, Greenwood Village 80111. This is less of a seller's market. You'll see that the marker was for Highlands Ranch was over in the 60s. This one is like 48. And it shows that last month, again, it increased a tiny bit just from last month. The median price here in Greenwood Village is a little bit higher than in Highlands Ranch. We also have price decrease 31%. So that is our typical average normal. So Greenwood Village doesn't seem to be as affected by the current market and the price decreases as we are seeing across the other metro areas. We also have inventory of 13, which is just a slight rise here, but not as much as we saw in Highlands Ranch. Again, looking at median price, list price averages, if we look at the 90-day average, again, we've got the seasonal dips that typically happen in late fall, like October, and you'll see it coming down, but certainly not as drastic as it was last year. But again, we have the normal rise and falls for our averages, and then we lay on the 7-day averages, and you see those trends as well. So also for Greenwood Village, if we look at median days on market, another graph that's really interesting to look at, you'll see just the averages that the seasonal temperatures of our market, again, are reflected. We've got in January, typically you have longer days on market in the first part of the year for Greenwood Village. This isn't true for all metro areas, and I'll show you what I mean when we talk about Parker. So January looks like longer days on market for Greenwood Village. Right now, our low point was in June of 2022, and we're still at a really moderate rate of 41 days of average days on market for Greenwood Village. Now let's take a look over here at Parker. This one is holding steady at a slight seller's market still. This one doesn't show any changes like Greenwood Village and Highlands Ranch did. Median price is coming down a little bit. We were at 725, but there's a downward trajectory here that you'll see. Average days on market is increasing. We're at 55 days on market in Parker. And price decreased, we're at 64%, which is really a significant number, especially when you compared it to Greenwood Village, which I think was 31%. So you can see that there's a majority of homes here in Parker that are active and listed are having a price decrease right now, which really just shows the state of the market. So whether those listings came on overpriced or whether they're just reacting to the interest rate changes, trying to find the right buyer. So that's a really good indication that there might be some deals here in the Parker community if you're looking for a new home. Relisted, we're at 7%, and that relist means that any house that was active on the market went under contract and now is back on the market. So we're also seeing a lot of contracts falling through right now. Buyers are either changing their mind or maybe getting priced out if they didn't lock in a lower interest rate. If the interest rate is causing unaffordability issues, they may be backing out of the current contracts and finding something more affordable. Also, with the relist, buyers sometimes are just finding something that they like better. And because the contracts in Colorado are built to protect the buyer's interests, they are allowed under certain dates and deadlines to terminate that contract and go find another house. So you'll see that reflected here. So as we go down to the median list price here for Parker, let's just look at the 90-day average. You'll see that Parker has had a really nice increase of appreciation over the past 3 years. And again, we've got our seasonal dips, which seem to be for Parker September-ish. Back here it was July, August. So again, pretty consistent. And our spike here is in January in Parker, at least it was in 2021. And here, as it starts the new year, this was 2019, and as it started the new year, it started to spike at the beginning of the year. So this is an interesting trend. I have a lot of sellers who think that they want to wait until summer months to put their home on the market, when actually that's when a flood of new homes come on the market. So typically, and again, as you can see, it's city specific, you might get more of a premium by listing early, like first quarter in the year, because you've got low inventory, but a high list price at that point. So let's look at days on market here and just see what it shows for a 90-day average. Again, when you take away that 7-day, it really makes a clean line. So here you see in January, median days on market is 47. That was in 2021. October of 2020 was the low point. So we've got a low point of active days on market in October and a high point in January. In 2021, our low point was in June of 2021, which that was a busy time in the market. So that makes a lot of sense. And then again in June of 2022 was the lowest days on market. So here in Parker, being on the market in the summertime for average days on market is definitely key. So these are just some graphs that I love looking at, specific to my sellers to guide them appropriately for the market and also for the buyers. So if I've got buyers looking in particular areas, I try to guide them around when the prices may be coming down based on these seasonal averages that we're seeing. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also you can get these reports too. So just comment below and I'll get you whichever city that you want, or I can just send you a link and you can play with the data yourself because it's lots of fun. I'm Cher Revolinski from eXp Realty. Talk to you soon.